Hey folks, Charlie Sims here. Welcome to my channel. Hope you are having a lovely day and thank you for joining me for a speed build. And today we are just experimenting, playing about with platforms, just trying to make a cute house basically. We are in Forgotten Hollow. I don't normally play in Forgotten Hollow. But yeah, like I just felt a little bit inspirational. I say that, it's not even like a particularly exciting build, it's just like kind of like a Georgian house, and we play about with platforms, and yeah, I just really like it, and yeah, I was just kind of inspired, so yeah, I've basically been playing The Sims, vampires. I love the vampire pack. I just like occasionally go back to it, yeah, and I didn't really like have a plan for him here, like there's my sim at the front, but I was thinking like maybe he either gets into like I think he's moved to Forgotten Hollow and he has no idea that vampires exist, and then he starts like he finds this book maybe and he starts reading up on lore, and yeah, just finding all these new things out about vampires, and then maybe he has to either like make garlic or he gets so obsessed that he wants to become a vampire. I don't know, maybe he tries plasma as a human, I don't know, maybe not, but you know, he wants to be a vampire, I think, or he doesn't and he just wants to protect himself from vampires. That's what I was thinking. But basically this house is tiny. I think, actually, when I checked, so this isn't actually on the gallery as a tiny house, but I think it is 100, it's like 100 tiles, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, very small. And as you can see, we're like experimenting a little bit with like platforms here. So when you first like come into this house, it's like one level, and then like adjacent it is actually two, so there's like a basement level, if that makes sense. We can go back to it in a minute and then like I'll explain it properly. Yeah, well, I'm doing the exterior now, so we probably won't see it for a while, but essentially there's a very tall hallway with a staircase at the end, and then rooms to your right, but they're all lower than the hallway, the rooms to your right, but then like up the stairs is like a second level, and I quite like playing about with platforms that way. But yeah, I was initially thinking of making it red. We end up going with brick, probably cottage living brick. This isn't pack restricted. I've done a lot of pack restricted builds lately, and I just wanted to do like a couple where I could just like kind of play about and have like free reign to use whatever I wanted. Also do use the new industrial loft couch as well in this build, so if you haven't got that you might have to swap it out, but yeah, like I really like the new couch, so I used it in this build, and I thought like it really went with the house. Not that like the house is particularly industrial, I just thought the leather couch looked good in this home. But yeah, it took me a while to work out what windows I wanted at this kind of basement level. It's not really a basement level, but I don't know, I kind of imagined that it was like a basement level because, yeah, as I said, it feels like the hallway is one level. You'll see it soon when we go back inside. Do end up changing this staircase a little bit. But yeah, as I said, this is 100 tiles. We have one bedroom. It's one bedroom, one bathroom, living room, diner. I wasn't working to a budget or anything. Yes, I was. Yes, I was working to a budget. This, and I've forgotten how much it was, but this is quite a cheap house. I don't think it's quite starter, but it's not as expensive as my usual houses. Although I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking, why didn't I go into the debug menu with some of this landscaping? We do revisit the landscaping a little bit later on. I'm just putting down like the bare bones of the landscaping. And yeah, this is an ordinary Sims house. Nothing malicious about, nothing vampire-esque about this house, because yeah, as I said, I think they think they're moving into a normal neighborhood before kind of learning about vampires. And in general, like, I actually really like this world. I like the I don't like how small it is, but I do like the park in the middle with Vlad's statue, and yeah, I just think it's really fun. Yeah, I like this pack a lot, and yeah, I do occasionally play with vampires. So this is me just like setting up my, I guess, vampire legacy. They actually like, because he met a woman who is a vampire who lives like next door. She lives next door, and I basically like copied this house and like changed a few things about the house, so the houses look really similar, just because I wasn't feeling building another house for her. But then they now have a little toddler, which is really cute, and they adopted a dog. It's adorable. And yeah, like, the toddler's going to be a vampire. He's not yet a vampire. She's almost a grandmaster vampire. Yeah, and I still don't know, because like, she knows how to cure herself, and I don't know whether to cure him or not, as part of the legacy, or cure her daughter, or whether her daughter even wants to be cured. I haven't thought about it yet. I mean, she's not a vampire. You can't be a vampire as a toddler. I think, is it teenager, or do you actually have to be a young adult to be a vampire? I don't know, but at some point she'll come up with that struggle. But her mom is sunlight resistant, because I hate when they start burning when you go out in the day. It does my head in. And actually, they live in a house very similar to this, but I made it wider, and it actually fits 2-bedroom in. Happy to put that on the gallery. If you're interested, let me know. But yeah, just so I really like this, because their living room is like kind of open to this extremely tall hallway, and this is all play tested. Like, they can get in the basement, because like, I was a bit skeptical about that, but yeah, like, they can get in the quote unquote basement, but it's not really, it's just like the downstairs floor, right? But yeah, like, this felt a bit like a loft apartment to me. So maybe that's where the inspiration came from. And this living room was a little bit awkward, to be honest. But yeah, we ended up just like squashing it in the corner. And actually, those 2 tiles there, that's where I put a desk in. I originally wanted to put the fireplace in there, because like, that is actually the space for a chimney, so it just made sense to me. But then all of a sudden, the living room was in the centre, which I didn't like. So yeah, but if that bothers you, feel free to move it back. You can do whatever you like if you decide to download my builds, and I won't take offence. Yeah, change it however much you like. But yeah, like, I kind of like this idea. I thought it was different, to have like a higher hallway, and yeah, kind of pass that off as one floor, I guess. Yeah, because like, the hallway is so high, using platforms, that like, if there was a floor, if there was a ceiling that wasn't like the ceiling for the next floor, it wouldn't be able to, your Sims wouldn't be able to walk in there. But yeah, like, I like the look on the outside, and actually pleasantly surprised with the look on the inside. So that was the idea behind there. They've got an extremely small kitchen, and we actually changed these counters, yeah, to use the Dream Home Decorator counters, because this isn't pack restricted, and yeah, I don't know what my favourite counters are. I wish these had like a few more, like the colours are very similar. But I do really like this. I like the overhead cabinets. I use the overhead cabinets all the time. Yeah, and like for the most part, I really do like the colours. And I thought I'd use that open shelf from Cool Kitchen, because it actually went really well with the overhead cabinets, and it made the place look more open while still having storage. Did really enjoy that. So yeah, that is basically the dining room, and I'm still like, I am working towards like a budget, so the simoleons are going down. Like, we give him a little bit of money, but I don't think it's a lot. I can't remember, so it could be. All of the details, as ever, will be in the description down below, so you'll be able to tell if what I'm telling you is the truth. I think so. Like, I don't think this ends up being many simoleons at all, but looking at it, it's becoming quite cluttered. So yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, and I really like that there's a slot at the top of that those stack of books on that desk, which I love. So yeah, just added some pencils on that. And yeah, I imagine like whatever job they do, this is like their kind of working from home or setup, or yeah, their after work setup, or maybe it's just where they game. I don't know. So yeah, just working out some tiles for the kitchen, and now we are on to the tiny 4-tile bathroom. This is all play tested as well, so everything should work. But now we're on to the bedroom that ended up being absolutely massive. But yeah, I ended up adding this bed, which is cheaper than the other bed. I did want the other bed, but this is a bit cheaper, I think, and we are actually working towards a budget. So yeah, adding a little bookcase and a plant on the bookcase. And then yeah, we just put some artwork down. So yeah, like it's fairly modern inside. I think we end up going with this green and brown colour scheme that I do really like. And yeah, I'm running out of money, as you can see. So I think I end up just putting a chair, a little side table, maybe a plant down, and then just clutter that end table. Before working on the outside. Oh yeah, give them a bit more space for their clothes. They've got a lot of wardrobe space actually, looking at it. And I definitely put a big rug down. Yeah. So yeah, that's it really. Nothing terribly exciting, but as I said, I was running out of money. This is like cheap, but it's not like starter home cheap. Normally, like when I'm trying to play properly and not like cheat, I'll just like have my sim, like quote unquote, have a loan, and then they'll just have to pay it back as they get money. Like if I want like a fully furnished house kind of thing. But as you can see, I am in the debug menu. Just getting out some landscaping for cheaps. Using the cottage living landscaping because yeah, I just like it. I didn't want it to look like derelict or anything. I mean, I didn't want it to look super luscious, but I certainly didn't want it to look derelict. And now we're switching up this staircase. I think I mentioned I was going to switch the staircase up, putting a little outdoor light in, and yeah, using this vampire kind of pavement, which I really like. Yeah, just adding like a load of debug trees. And then yeah, just scattering some like plants and flowers around before moving on to their back garden, which they haven't got too much in their garden. I think they've got a barbecue and a bench, so I don't think there's loads in the back garden, and it's not particularly manicured either. Using this fence from Eco Lifestyle, love that fence. It's from the Eco Lifestyle debug menu, but you can very easily like make a fence using the debug menu. Like there's not a lot. Sorry, there is a lot of different variations. So you can even have like one piece fences, like as I mentioned, and then you can put them on an angle. And yeah, I really like how that fence looks. It looks kind of worn. And yeah, as I said, I didn't want this to be like super polished, and like maybe even this sim has bought the house to like do it up. It's like a little bit of a side project. Oh, and I also put a pond in because this lot's really big and I built a tiny house on the lot, so we do actually add a pond. And also I do really enjoy using the pond tool. Yeah, and we also put a crocodile in the pond as well, which I love. Yeah, and this is just like a little round pond, but I think the crocodile adds to like the creepiness of it all being in Forgotten Hollow. So yeah, there's just it's just quite swampy. I think the other end of the pond I put fireflies down, yeah I do, and then a crocodile, and then we just kind of cover it with like some more plants, and then that is the speed build. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more content from me, please hit subscribe. Catch you later.